Hey guys, this is Billy Tate coming to you with the 30 days in front of the camera challenge. This is day 8, and I thought I would do something a little bit different. I'm using my iPhone and I'm using the DJI mic out here, and I'm actually out here at one of my clients here, and I thought it would be a good time to stop and just give you guys a little bit of background on why I'm doing this challenge and what has led up to me being in this position and feeling that I should take this 30-day challenge. It's kind of a unique story and one that started probably about 30 years ago. Yeah, 35 years ago, actually. I was a ski instructor at Big Sky, Montana, and near Yellowstone in my early 20s and mid 20s as well. But this journey started then, and I was sitting on top of a mountain after a beautiful snow storm had blanketed the entire valley and the mountain full of snow, and I had this revelation that God had shared with me. And you got to understand that that's the place that I feel the most connected with God, is when I'm in the mountains and beautiful places that He's created, and it just makes me feel about that big, and keeps me full of awe and awestruck in His beauty and what His real purpose is and what my place in the world is. So I'm sitting on top of this mountain in this beautiful snow, and I realized that there was going to be a time and an opportunity. I just started learning about the internet, and technology was advancing at a very rapid pace then, and I had this vision that I would be able to work from anywhere and be in beautiful places like this and provide for my family and not have to follow a traditional path of getting a degree, getting a 9-to-5 job, sitting in a cubicle, and playing by the rules that society had put in place. And that vision never really left me. And several years later, I moved to Dallas, Texas. Actually, I was going on vacation and my truck broke down, and we got stranded in Dallas, Texas. Well, it ended up being almost 21 years. But in that time, I went back to college, got a degree in, well, I didn't get a degree, but I got certifications. I got trained up in doing web development. And you got to understand, this is in the late 90s, 96, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 2001. I got a job with a mortgage company and was doing web development, and got hooked up with a couple of really great database SQL guys, and we started building web applications back in that time. And I thought that was going to be my path, and that was going to be the way that we could, be SQL administrators, or ASP, back in the day, ASP and .NET developers, to be able to develop these applications and be anywhere in the world, and that would free us up. And after September 11th, 2001, 9/11, our very successful company at the time, we lost hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of contracts and clients. Everything got put on hold, and the first thing to go in those types of panic situations are contract labor. So we lost out on a lot of that, and that dream pretty much died. And I took a job as a webmaster and e-commerce e-commerce gatekeeper, shall we say, where I was managing one of the largest grill and outdoor kitchen websites called thegrillstore.com. And I thought that was going to be my plight. Slowly but surely that evolved, and no longer needed that type of a role, and everything becomes more automated, and that kind of died off. And I went around and had a custom motorcycle shop for a while in Dallas, Texas, and expressed my art until the crash of 2008. And that went from being able to express art and build something beautiful to changing oil, tires, and putting blinky lights on black ones. And realized that that's not what I wanted to do. And that's when we came out here to California and got real heavy into ministry. And it's so funny that because I didn't know what God was doing at the time, but I just had a curiosity. I've always been good with images and photography and all of that. And I saw the guys back in the back in the sound booth that were running all the fancy cool equipment, and they were running the cameras and recording. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and I wanted to get involved with that. So I volunteered to serve on that team. And just like anything else in my life, I took to it like a duck to water and learned everything that I possibly could about video and video production and live streaming and all of that. And it evolved into having my own podcast studio and a real estate brokerage, and being able to really rapidly invest into the equipment, which I thought was the biggest thing. If I could just master the equipment, getting in front of the camera is going to be no problem. I always did good in speech, and I'm good in a crowd, and never been afraid to get up and preach or speak up in a crowd. So I thought that this would be easy. Little did I know this is a way harder than it looks, and I'm my own worst critic, and that's what the enemy has been using against me. So I got stuck in that rut. And then when COVID hit, things really came to life, and the revelation of what God was doing in my life really came to light, and realized that he had been training me up in hardware, been training me up in developing and building live stream solutions to disseminate video anywhere in the world and any platform, and do it the right way. And our business just took off. Started a small company called 2819 Productions, and we designed, built, and implemented live streaming systems for small to medium churches. And during COVID, for churches that were up and coming, we provided live streaming services where we would go and bring our equipment in and do the entire production on a weekly basis. And we did that for several years, doing that. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, God, what is your plan? What is your plan? What is your plan? And I kept buying more equipment, closed down the studio after the real estate market kind of took a dump and we weren't doing so much business there, and it started costing money to keep the studio open. We closed that down. So I brought 4 entire big live streaming and video production setups, along with all the lights and props and all that home, and just set it all up in my garage and went back to work doing my normal business, which is a windshield repair business here in Southern California. It's very successful. It allows us to be very comfortable. We make enough money to survive out here, and not only survive but thrive. After 11 years of doing it, that is my main focus and my main source of income. And so the video stuff just kind of went on the back. And this year, I just realized that I need to do whatever I have to do to fulfill that original dream that I had in Montana in 1991, where I can be free from a geographic location. Now, the windshield business is great. I can go anywhere that there's cars and do that, but in certain climates and certain places when the weather's bad, that's not an option. So getting out in front of this camera and sharing some of the experiences and knowledge that we've gained over 55 years, and my wife over 45 years, is a way for us to build content to help people get out the word of the gospel and do the work that God has been preparing for me. I don't know exactly what that is, but I know that if I answer God in his call, he'll reveal my path. So that's the main reason why I'm taking this 30-day challenge. A little background on what my career and what my experience with video production and why I'm doing this is that. And I thought that would be a good content for today's 30 days in front of the camera topic. And it just gets me talking in front of the camera. I didn't bring anything fancy with me. I actually brought the DJI Pocket with me, but I forgot the SD card. But I just brought the microphone, which I got right here, and I'm using my phone, and just in selfie mode. It's not anything fancy, and we're going to see how that goes. But guys, I want to give encouragement to anyone out there that the Lord's put anything on your heart to go after. Just meet him there. He will reveal his path. I'm not even sure what he's going to do with this. This is not even about the content, but I'm getting more comfortable to be able to take on the challenge that he presents in front of me. So I want to encourage you with that God has something bigger for you. Keep your eyes open, keep your nose to the grindstone, get over yourself and your fear of being in front of the camera, and just create. And if you do that, the habit will turn into a routine, and the routine can become your lifestyle as well. I'm going to get out of here, guys. That's the end of day 8. I thank you for joining me here. Give me a like, a subscribe, leave your comments down there. I'd love to hear what some of your dreams are, what the Spirit's putting on your heart, and what you're doing about it in order to fulfill and meet God and what He has for you. We'll see you guys in day 9. And as always, have a great day and God bless.